No, sir.
No,
No.
sir.
Why? What
No,
happened?
sir.
You had 2 days, no? Saturday and Sunday. Do you have any New Year resolution? Like we will not touch the laptop on Saturdays and Sundays, no matter what happens. Maybe you have taken some resolution this year. That is the most, abundant time you will get. Saturday and Sunday, anyways, you will be free, maybe most of the time. And you can spare a lot of time, you can practice, right? So still, if you don't do, I mean, it's going to be difficult for you. I hope at least you are using the server. Okay, so what did we see? In the last class, EHSBP 41 transaction code to create a laboratory. Now, for those of you who are getting error, if at all you try tomorrow, you may also get that same error, where it will show the message that a runtime error. It will say there is some technical error whenever you try to save that laboratory. So that is why I told initially you just fill the first page, address page, and then try to save the data. If there is any trouble with the server, then it will show you. You don't have to create all the data at the end. If you press save, then if it doesn't work, you will feel bad. So don't feel bad at the end. You can do that same at the beginning itself. So therefore, EHSBP 41, those of you who are not able to use it, I'll give you a simple solution. Go to EHSBP 42, which is nothing but change laboratory. So this transaction code is used to edit any existing laboratory, right? That is the transaction code EHSBP 42. So let me open the notepad for those of you who have completely forgotten what we saw in the last class. Maybe I can just show you that notepad. Okay, so this is what I had written. I had told you what are the different business partners in occupational health, right? We tried EHSBP 41 and I told you exactly what data you have to enter. And second transaction code is EHSBP 42, where you can edit or change the laboratory. If you are not able to save the laboratory in the first transaction code EHSBP 41, please go to EHSBP 42. So when you go to that EHSBP 42, see, immediately you will get a small screen like this, where it is asking you to open a business partner. So how will you open a business partner? What you have to do here, listen carefully, click on the drop down button. Okay, go to this option called partners by BP role. If you are in some other place like this, if you are in some other place, please come back to partners by BP role. And then click here. See, there is a question mark coming, so click here on the selection button and it will open another list of all business partner roles we have in SAP. It will show all. So in our SAP, vendor is also a business partner, bidder is a business partner, plant it's not a business partner, but anyways they have created that as a business partner. You have purchasing firm, service provider, all these are business partners. So you have to go to a BP role HEA 040. Go to the BP role HEA 040, which is related to laboratory. You see this here? Select that. HEA 040 is your BP role. It's the ID, BP role ID. Now, after selecting that BP role, please enter, press enter button. And then what happens? the system will show you the list of all the laboratories which are already created in the system. Okay, somebody has created ABC Lab, somebody has created Alpha Diagnostic Limited, BSc, Manipal Laboratories. I only created this, Manipal Laboratories. And then we have SRL Diagnostics Limited. See, all these are already available laboratories. Now, because you are not able to create a new, at least go and modify or change the data. So, for example, let's say I will select this BSc, double click on that, and then click on continue. So, what happens now? It will take you to that business partner details, and here you see we have the name BSc, and they have also mentioned where it is located and all that. So instead of creating a new laboratory, please go and change this. You can give any name you want. Okay, let's say Life Care Private Limited. You can just change the name, change the address, add the search terms. So please try this. The remaining things are same. You have to go to each tab and enter the data like I have told you. But one good thing here is you can also change the name of that laboratory. Earlier it was BSc. See, now I have changed to Life Care. So add whatever details you want. Okay, add all the details. Change the addresses if you want. Change the PO box number. You can change anything. Okay, you can change anything. And then after making those changes, like say, for example, let's say I will just change this to Victoria Street. Okay, let it be same. Okay, let it be all same. I'm not going to change anything. Right, we have address overview tab, identification tab. I told you, see, somebody has not entered anything. So you can fill out all these details. Okay, fill out all these details. Once you are done, then you can save this laboratory. Still it is showing BSc, but once I save this data, the name is going to change to Life Care. Okay, so see here, now our laboratory name has changed from BSc to Life Care Private Limited. So this you can try. If you are not able to create a new laboratory, no problem, go to EHS BP 42, select the options which I told you, like BP role first, then press enter, you will get a list of laboratories, select one of the laboratory, go inside that laboratory and make the changes. You are getting me? So like that, you will be able to, at least if not creating a new laboratory, at least you can change any data you want in the existing laboratory. Because I'm not sure how many of you can use EHS BP 41. So try this if it is not possible. Okay, Adesh, including you.
Sir, that was created by me, sir. That was created by me, actually.
Oh, okay. Which one?
Alpha.
BSc.
Alpha. Yeah.
Alpha. Okay, that's nice. That's nice. See, if you create data like that, at least you can share it in the group. Just take a screenshot and share it in the group. Others will get motivated, I believe, hopefully. Because there is a need of lot of motivation in this batch. Right? So do that next time you create the data, put it in the group. Fine. So I have shown you EHS BP 42, how you can create the, change the laboratory details. And now there is one more thing actually I wanted to tell you, like, you can search for a particular laboratory. See, when I say we can search, let me do one thing. I'll go to another transaction code, EHS BP 43. EHS BP 43 is display laboratory. In this transaction code, we can display the details of any existing laboratory, but we cannot make any changes. It is only for display purpose. So after coming here, let's say you want to open some laboratory. Okay, you want to see the details of some laboratory. There are two options in this. One, you can go to the menu option business partner, then select open. right? Then you will get the screen again, business partner screen. Go to the drop down button, select again, anyways it is HEA040, so I don't need to change. Press enter, and it will show you all the laboratories which are already there in the system. You can select anyone like Alpha Diagnostic Private Limited, then click on continue. So what happens, the system is going to display the details created for Alpha Diagnostic. It will show like this. Now you can again go to different tabs, whatever data you want to see, you can access the data. That is one way, going to the menu option under business partner and then selecting open. But there is one more option. If you observe on the left hand side, there is something called as find, right? We have one more option given by SAP called as find. So what is this option actually? By using this find option, you can again search for a particular business partner. We can search for a business partner. No need to go to the menu option. Here itself we can search. And there are a couple of ways by which you can search a business partner. One is by entering the name, right? If you know the name of that business partner, you can select the name, enter the name here. Or if you don't know the name, you just have the business partner number, that also you can enter and enter the business partner number. If you don't know the business partner number, there is another option. You can go to search term. According to the search term also, you can search a particular laboratory. For example, see, currently we are in this Alpha Diagnostic, right? And I want to open some other laboratory, like which one did I create? The second term was laboratory. What was the first one? Life care, no? Yeah.
Yeah, life.
The first search term I had put for the other laboratory is life care, and the second search term I had used is laboratory. So now what I can do, if I click on start, the system will search for that business partner and it will display here in the lower part of the screen. Now if you double click on this particular business partner, you can see that now I will be able to access that laboratory details. Right? So it is very easy. You can use this find option and you can search for any laboratory. Again, if you want to go back to, let's say, Manipal laboratory, enter that search term as Manipal and second term is laboratory. Again, click on start. So that will show the detail below. But if you make some mistake, let's say you put here laboratories, for example, then you will get this no business partner found. So just be sure what search terms you are using. If it is correct, only then it will show you the result. Right? So use this find option either by name or number, or you can even use the search terms. So like that, you will be able to actually search for any particular business partner or laboratory. Or if you are confused, like if you don't know what is the search term, you don't know the name and you don't know the number. In such a case, when you don't remember anything at all, completely blank, then go to business partner option, then go to open, and then you can do as we have seen before, you can open any laboratory. So these two options are given. You choose which one do you want to use. Right? So this is about the laboratory. I hope it is clear. Please let me know if at all you have any confusion here. Okay, that is the first business partner, laboratory. Now what I'll do is, we'll just make a comparison now, because the remaining business partners, it is actually the same. Whatever data we have entered for a laboratory, same data we have to enter. So I'll do one thing, I'll just make a small comparison. One second. So I have opened a laboratory and hopefully all the data is filled in this. In the other session, I'm going to use and I'm going to open another business partner. Let's see what data do we maintain for a external company. So what is an external company? What is an external company in occupational health?
EHS BP 51.
I'm not asking transaction code. What is the meaning of that external company? It is a business partner, but what kind of a business partner it is? Laboratory, we know. They do the medical test, we can send the employees to the laboratory, they will do the test. But what is the external company?
It is a company, was like suppose in company, in a housekeeping company, like means third party company.
But
Any other,
okay, but do housekeeping has to do anything with occupational health?
mm, no, but
Yeah, they are also vendor. What you are saying is fine. Facilities management companies like housekeeping or security or in-house technicians, they are all belonging to contractor company. But with respect to occupational health, you have to think, or related to the health of the
Insurance
employees, you
company
have.
maybe.
Insurance company, medical insurance company, that can be called as a external company with respect to occupational health, because they have a job where we take the services from them for our occupational health or for the well-being of our employees. Or it can be any training company, like I told you about ergonomics, right? There are companies who will train the employees how to relax during the long working hours. Okay, every hour, what kind of stretching exercise they have to do and they have to relax, and how far the screen of the computer system should be away, and other things among that. They will teach you or they will give you some training, ergonomic training. That is also one of the external companies. Or it can be like behavior based safety. If you know what is behavior based safety, if any company comes and teaches you about behavior based safety, that company from whom we are taking the services, they are also an external company. External company means it is a contractor company, but we have to think in terms of health of the employees, right? So these are some of them, some examples which I have given you. And related to, there are other companies also, like who will give you information about work life balance, how to balance your work life and personal life. Okay, how to handle stress, if there is a lot of workload, then how to handle that workload, how to prioritize your task. I hope maybe one or the other day you might have went through this training. They will come and teach you how you have to manage your task, right? So that the workload can be managed and stress can be reduced. That is again an example for an external company. So if you want to create such external company, we have this transaction code EHS BP 51, but I'm just going to do the comparison. I will use EHS BP 53 transaction code and I will compare it with the laboratory, so that you will get a fair amount of idea, because both are same data we are going to see. So therefore, let me go to EHS BP 53. Again, see, I cannot go directly, so I have to select the business partner first. So what is the BP role? It is not HES 040. This is for laboratory. So I will click here below and I will go to the list of BP roles. And if you come down, you have one BP role called HES 050. You see this? HES 050 is a BP role for external company. Select that, press enter, and you will get a list of all those companies which are there as an external company. We have just one called Ace Chemical Cleanup Services. Fine, no problem. We are just doing comparison. So I will select that and I will go into the details. Right, so Ace Chemical Cleanup Services is an external company. They have created some data, though not completely, but fine, we can still do the comparison. So on one screen I have the external company, on the other screen I have laboratory. So in the first tab, do you see any difference? So look at these details: name, salutation, search terms, address, okay, PO box address, communication details, right? This is in our laboratory. Just do the comparison here. Again, same kind of data, nothing change here. Name, salutation, search terms, address details, and communication details. Yeah, no difference. Address tab in both the business partners is same. Next, going to address overview tab. Address overview tab, like I told you, it is used to manage multiple addresses for a business partner. Like one can be the branch address, another can be the corporate office address or head office address. Multiple addresses you can maintain. So we use address overview tab. Again, this is same. Compare it with your laboratory. No change. Same. Anyways, we have maintained here multiple addresses. Here we don't have. Fine. But still you can manage if you want. This is your address overview tab. Okay, tell me, what is identification tab? Do you remember what we discussed? What is the identification tab?
Legal perspective of the.
Yeah, legal details of that particular business partner. Like whether it's a private company or a limited company, whether it's a joint stock company, whether you know they have the laboratory set up on their own private premises, or they have any tie-up with the government organizations, when that company was started, whether there was any merger and acquisitions in the past. Those kind of details are called as legal details. We can find that in the identification tab. Right, like this. Same thing again. Just check out organizational data they have given here for laboratory. Same thing in your external company. Same detail. Because even external company is a company. Just like a laboratory, it is also some company managed by people. So you don't find any difference between a laboratory and an external company. So same data. Next, control tab. In control tab, I told you we can control whom to authorize. Okay, how much data can the SAP user see for a particular business partner? And there are three options here. I told you: visibility 0, visibility 1, and visibility 2. So these are the control parameters in the control tab. You can control who can see this information and how much they can see. So same thing again, this is your external company. If you go to laboratory, again there is no change. It is the same control parameters and data origin. No change again, same. Right, next we have payment terms that will be managed by the accounts people. This is all about the bank account details of that laboratory or business partner. They can manage that. Next we have status tab here in the laboratory. Again, archiving flag, I told you, if you want to archive the data or business transactions. Next we have two lock options. One is central block, another is not released. Okay, these two we discussed in detail. Same thing, do the comparison with your external company, it would be same. So you have payment transactions tab and then you have the status tab. Right? So again, apart from that, we have where use list. So you can see this data object, where else they have created, this business partner, where else they have created, that data will reflect here. But they have not used it anywhere, so it's not showing anything. Here also we have this where use list. And cost center, I told you, it is the funds from where you are going to spend the money for managing that business partner. So it is exactly same, no difference at all between an external company and a laboratory. Okay, so there is no difference. Whatever data you manage for a laboratory, same details you can manage, because we are only creating the company related information. There is nothing what kind of business they are doing or what equipments they have. We are not discussing those things. We are only trying to create some communication details, their bank account details, and from where we got the data, legal information about that company. We are not going into the business part. We are only looking at the organization detail. So therefore there is no difference. This is your external company. Next we have third business partner called health center. Health center can be a hospital, right? You have tie up with a hospital, then that is called as a health center business partner. If you want to create a health center, again it is the same process, EHSBP 31, or to change details we have EHSBP 32, and to display the health center EHSBP 33. Again I'll just compare it, same by the way, okay, but we'll check. EHSBP 33. Again go to the business partner drop down button. The BP role for your health center will be, I think, HEA 030. You can directly enter it or you can select HEA 030. Now there are 3 hospitals which are listed here. One is just a health center they have given. Next we have Keystone Memorial Hospital, and we have WDF Medical Center. These are the 3 hospital details or health center details. Now you can choose any of this, then continue. Okay, see, this is the information about Keystone Memorial Hospital. The BP role is health center, but look at the detail. Again, address tab, same thing. Name, salutation, search terms, address, communication details. Same. Next we have address overview tab, where you have to maintain the addresses, multiple addresses if you want, you can maintain. Like if that hospital is having several branches, then you can, of course, you can maintain multiple addresses. Identification tab, again, legal information about that health center, just like your laboratory. Then we have the control tab, right? Authorization group, data origin, and you can maintain some notes. Payment transactions tab, same thing again. Status tab, okay, where used list, and cost center. So just if you know how to create a laboratory, similar data up to 100%, similar data we create for the other 2 business partners, health center as well as external company. Now coming to the physician part, physician is also, mind you, is a business partner. So what do you think? Is there any difference when you try to create a physician? Or will it be all same, just like how we are seeing? Even for a physician, do you think it will be same data, or will there be any difference?
Means physician is a kind of a individual, so salutations may be different. It will be Mr. and Miss anything.
Yeah, exactly.
And identification will be different, like legal, all those private firms and all.
So
There may be
according to you,
changes.
you are guessing that maybe here in the address tab, few details will be different because it is a person. It's not an entity. It's not a company, right? He is a person. So therefore, in the address tab, there may be some changes. And in the identification tab, you are saying we don't maintain his legal data. There is nothing called as legal data of a person. So this will be something different. Okay, anything apart from this that you feel that it will be different?
So when we are adding about physician, their license number, everything we have to add.
Okay, but do we have option here to add license number? Okay, I will go there and check. Fine, no problem. You think that maybe we have to add the license number, but when I open, you'll come to know what data we can maintain. So what is the transaction code?
Okay.
EHSBP 13.
11.
That is to
13.
create. That is to create. EHSBP 11 to create a physician, EHSBP 12 to change the physician details, and EHSBP 13 for your display physician. Right, so let's go to EHSBP 13. Right, here also we have to just select that business partner and we have to open one of the physician. So what is the BP role for physician? By the way, see, there are two types of physician here. One is just a general physician, another is external physician. So there are two types of physician business partner roles. See here, if you come down, HEA 010 is a business partner role for physician, but HEA 020 is a business partner role for external physician. Why do we need external physician? See, sometimes when you are sending the employee for a medical checkup, okay, and you know a doctor there who is working for that particular laboratory, and you know that physician is assigned to our company. So whenever any medical checkup has to be done, that physician is going to take care. But that physician is not working for our company, right? That physician is located at a laboratory. So therefore we call that physician as an external physician. Just physician means this person is also a contractor, but the difference is this physician will be in our medical center within the company. Okay, so the normal physician that you have here, this physician will be deputed to our company medical center, but the external physician will be located in some other place, maybe in a hospital or a laboratory. So that is why we have two business partner roles separately created. One HEA 010, another is for an external physician HEA 020. So I will select the first one, HEA 010, as the business partner role. And these are the again standard physicians as created by SAP. You can choose any one. Okay, now you can see the details here. So as you rightly pointed out, because we are dealing with a person, with an individual, we have the title here as Doctor, Mr., Miss, all these different. Professor also you can add if you want. So we have the title here, Doctor. This is the first name and last name of that physician. They have not added any search terms. If you want, you can add. Like if this doctor is specialized in physiotherapy, for example, you can add the search term as physiotherapy. Or if the doctor is maybe general practitioner or general physician, you can add the search term as general physician. But anyways, it's your choice what search terms you want to use. And other details in this page are same. His address, okay, the PO box number, PO box address, communication details, this will be same. There is no change whether it is a person or a company. The only difference is in the first tab when we enter the name of that physician. Next, address overview tab, same, just like before, multiple addresses can be maintained. If that doctor is also working in a hospital, then maybe yeah, we can maintain the address of that physician at the hospital and the personal address also. Both we can maintain. Next, coming to the identification. See, this is where the major difference is. Here we have to enter the gender of that particular physician. Next, marital status, whether married or unmarried. Then nationality also we can add. So the personal data is applicable for a physician, not for a company. For a company it will be legal data, but for a person it will be the personal data. Right? So these are the only two differences. There are no other differences. Address tab, first part, there is a difference, and when you go to identification tab, there will be personal data. Now apart from that, you go to control tab or payment transactions tab, again it is all same as your laboratory. There is no difference. Payment transactions again same, you have to maintain the bank account details about that physician. Status tab same, where use list, because this is a person, so we have this symbol here. Yeah, but again not much details. Okay, and cost center. So this is your physician. Even creating physician is not so difficult. But again, if it is not working, because see, when that error comes, it is not only for laboratory. Even when you try to create a physician, you will get the similar error. When you go to EHSBP 11 to create a physician, when you try to save the data, you will get that runtime error. So better don't create all the data, just fill the first tab and then try to save the data. If it is saving, then no problem, you can continue to create, but otherwise you have to go for the second transaction. Okay guys, clear? Any doubt in this? All the business partners we have seen, from laboratory up to a physician, most of the data is same, but there is a difference when it comes to a physician. Okay, clear? Anything to ask, let me know. Right, that is a physician. Now, apart from that, there are many other transaction codes. So, what we have seen so far are business partners. Now, let me take you to another important transaction code, EHSVA02. This transaction code is used to create vaccination plan for the employees. EHSVA02. And simultaneously, I will also show you the medical service. What happens whenever you create the medical data, it will get updated in your medical service. So simultaneously we'll see. So first I'll go to EHSVA02. Let me select some employee and I'll create a vaccination plan. Suppose if you are planning to send an employee for some vaccine, you can actually decide what vaccine you are going to give, or on which date the first dose will be given, on which date the second dose will be given. All that data you can maintain. Okay, let me add this employee. Okay, this is the employee for whom I am going to create a vaccination plan. So it starts with the date. On which date are you planning to send the employee? Let's say tomorrow maybe. We are going to send the employee for this vaccine tomorrow. Now come to the second column. It is given as category. Category means what is the health surveillance protocol category. So if you go to this option, you will just get one option here called vaccination. Okay, it is a health surveillance protocol category. We are dealing with vaccination plan. So I have to select the category as vaccination. Next, third column is about the health surveillance protocol number. What will come here? In the second column, I selected vaccination. In third column, it is showing as number. Health surveillance protocol number. So now we have to select exactly what kind of vaccination we are going to provide. Category is vaccination category, fine. But which vaccination are you going to provide? So that you can select here. There are various examples. Hepatitis A or B vaccination we have, tetanus, diphtheria or polio, or just if you want to give tetanus, you can select that protocol number, or we also have meningitis. These are some of the vaccination or vaccines we have. So you are going to send the employee for what kind of vaccination. See, if you want to travel to African countries, most of the time, maybe on a SAP project, they will definitely give you hepatitis vaccination. Okay, or yellow fever vaccine we call, yellow fever vaccine. So before you travel to any African country, it is a mandatory vaccine, you have to take it. So it depends. Sometimes the company is going to provide the vaccine, or sometimes they will ask you to take the vaccine from the outside, from a hospital. So let me take this example here. I will select hepatitis A or B vaccination for this employee. Next, come to the next column, we have examination type. In examination type means we have to select which dose of vaccine are we going to provide. Under examination type, there are a couple of options like initial vaccination, second vaccination, third vaccination and booster shot. Even in COVID, if you remember, we were giving different types of, different, what you call, dose. First dose we took, then it was told we have to take second dose. Some people even took third dose. So a vaccination will have a definite plan. After some interval, they have to take multiple shots. So here we have to select which dose are we going to give to this employee. Let me select initial vaccination. This is the examination type or the first dose of vaccine we are going to provide. Next, you can also manage the brand name. Brand name can be anything like Johnson & Johnson or Novartis or any other. Let me put here Pfizer. Pfizer is a brand name. And if you know the batch number, you can also maintain the batch number. Batch number means it is the manufacturing batch number. Normally, if you are just purchasing one vaccine, you won't get the detail. Or if the employee is going outside to take the vaccine, even in that case, we don't get the batch number. So this is not a mandatory data. See, some companies will provide, the vaccine in-house. So if they have a medical center, they are going to provide the vaccines within the company. In such a case, they are going to purchase these vaccines in bulk quantity and they will have a batch number. In that case, maybe, you can enter the batch number. But if the person is going outside and taking the vaccine from some other hospital, where you will get the batch number? That is not possible. Because I will tell you, here you see these options they have given. These options will tell you where the employee wants to take the vaccine. Whether he wants to take within the company or whether he wants to go to any hospital, that we can select here. Right? That we can select. Now here, for example, let's say he is going to take the vaccine within the company itself. So I will enter the batch number as V1400, some batch number. Next we have vaccination comment. We can add some comment or remark here. So I am going to add first dose as the vaccination comment. This is our first dose, no? Initial examination means first dose. So I am going to maintain that comment. Now I told you there are 4 options here. What is the first option? First option is called private. Second option is called done. Third option is done externally. And fourth option we have rejected. So here the first option private. What does it mean private?
Vaccination can be done in both private or some government hospital also.
No, but they are not speaking about hospitals here. See, here privately means, see, some employees will have either their friends as a doctor, one of the friend may be a doctor, or one of the family member may be a doctor. So what those employees will do, they will say, it's okay, anyways, I will take the vaccine from my family member, or if he has a friend, they can take the vaccine even from a friend or a family doctor. In such a case, they select the option private because they are taking this vaccine privately. Second option is done. Within the company medical center, if the employee is going to take the vaccine, then we have to select the second option. Third option is done externally, means the doctor will go to some other external medical center or hospital and via another doctor he is going to take the vaccine. Then we select the third option. But also we have a fourth option called rejected. Can the employee reject any vaccine? Like if I don't want to take this vaccine, hepatitis vaccine, if I don't want to take, can I say I don't want? Or can he reject that?
In option, there will be like mandatory and optional. If it is optional, we can reject, and if it is mandatory, we need to take that, sir.
Okay. But again, that's not entirely correct, Neela. Not entirely correct. Let's say I am given 2 options. Okay, one is mandatory, another is optional. But the vaccine for which I have to go is a mandatory vaccine. Like I told you about that yellow fever vaccine, no? That is a mandatory vaccine. But what will you do if you already know that there is a medical condition where your body is not going to accept that vaccine? What do you call that? Allergic reaction. Some people will have allergic reaction to vaccines. You know that? Reactions
Yes,
may
sir.
happen. Yeah. So that is why whenever you go to take any vaccine, first they will give you a very small dosage. They will just inject you a little bit of that vaccine and they will wait for half an hour. If your body does not react, if there are no reaction, no rashes on the skin, then they will give you the complete dose. But if the person who is administering that vaccine, if he sees that you have some allergic reaction, then no need to take the vaccine. You can reject it. That is why they have given this option called rejected. Some people will already know, so they will say, boss, I cannot take this vaccine, it will cause allergic reaction, so please I decline. Then you can select the option rejected. But during COVID, did they give you any option like that?
No.
No, you
No,
were
sir.
taking co-vaccine shots again and again. Did they check whether your body is getting any reaction to that? No, they did not check. They made it mandatory because they wanted to sell medicine without doing any trials, no clinical trials, nothing. They injected everybody with that. So therefore, you did not have any choice in case of co-vaccine. But other vaccines, yeah, definitely you can reject it. So we have this option rejected. So for our example, let's say that this was taken within the company. I'll select the second option, done. As soon as I select this option, you see below we are getting multiple other options like the second vaccination, third vaccination and booster shot. Here the important thing is the dates on which they have to take the vaccine. First vaccine will be taken tomorrow on 16th. Second dose has to be taken after a month. After 30 days, second dose shall be given. The third dose will be taken after 5 months. So if you see the date here, it is showing 16th of December for your third dose. And booster shot, again optional. The booster shot can be given after 10 years. So these dates will be filled automatically depending on how you have created the health surveillance protocol. Right? So remember, I have shown you a health surveillance protocol. In that there were many options like general medical checkup, brief consultation, vaccination, chemical exposure medical checkup, noise medical checkup. I have shown you that list. There, whatever data you are creating, how you are creating, depending on that, here automatically it will get filled. Okay, let me show you. Do you remember the transaction code?
EHSVU01.
Very good. EHSVU01. Health Surveillance Protocol. I have shown you this, no? See here. If you go to hepatitis A or B vaccination, they have created this health surveillance protocol. And where should I go to check how many days once they have to take? Or what is the frequency at which we have to take? If you go to the second tab, assigned protocol frequencies. If you go here, it will show you. See here, initial vaccination on the same day, whenever you are sending the employee on that same day. Second vaccination or second dose, they have given here R as the repetition period, and this is a monthly unit. So MON means it is a monthly unit, and then days they have put 14 days. Okay, so here it will take directly to the next month because second dose is taken after 30 days. Next, third dose will be given after 5 months, I told you. So that is why here they have put the repetition frequency as 5 and the unit is months. This is your third vaccine. Next, after that, we have a booster shot also. If you observe here, there is a booster shot. Where is that? The booster shot will be given after 10 years, right? This is a booster shot. Now, if you go back to your health surveillance protocol, see here, the booster is given after 10-year period. So, this is the repetition frequency and the unit is years. After 10 years. Yeah, this one. MON means months. D means days. If there is any other, medical checkup where you have to use hours, you can use here hours. Right? So this is the measurement unit. So whatever examination types, whatever frequency you are creating here, that will reflect in your vaccination plan. How did it come automatically? Because depending on which vaccine I have selected, they have already created that in the health surveillance protocol. That is why it is coming automatically. Don't be surprised. You may be thinking, how does the system know we have to give it only after 1 month? How does the system know the third vaccine has to be given after 5 months? The system does not know. We have configured the data in such a way that automatically it will fill the detail. Right? You are getting my point? So here health surveillance protocol is very important. What about tetanus? How many times do they take this tetanus vaccine? Is it taken just once or do we have to repeat tetanus?
We have to repeat, sir. It's like 6 months.
Okay, let's check. Go to protocol frequency. Here they are not showing 6 months, but instead they are showing 10 years, after 10 years. So once you take it in the initial vaccination, then the second dose will be given after 10 years, it seems. I mean, according to them. Maybe they are wrong. Possible.
No, sir. Normally, we can take this kind of thing. Like for example, if some injuries are happening for us, means we will take 1 dose of tetanus.
Yeah.
So again, after like 6 months, if it is happening, no, doctor will ask last tetanus when you took. If it is not more than 6 months, again we have to take.
Okay, yeah. See, normally this medical practice is different in different countries. In India, maybe it is applicable. We can take after 6 months. But maybe in some other country like US and all, or in Europe, they may not give you the second dosage very early because they feel that it may cause some reaction. In India, the medicines we get are very powerful. If you go to other countries, they are not so effective. You have to take 2 or 3 sometimes because they are very mild. So there is a lot of difference how we practice medicine here in India and how it is practiced in other countries. So maybe, I don't know, according to which country they have created, they are only giving the first dosage, then they are giving after 10 years. Okay, no problem. This is just a sample data. And meningitis, similarly, again same thing. Initial vaccination will be given on the same day and booster shot will be given after 3 years. So whatever protocol frequency you create for your health surveillance protocol, that will reflect here. That is why we are getting this data automatically. Right? So let's add few other details. We can also mention who is the physician that is going to give this vaccine. We can add the physician name and we can save this data. Okay, now you can save this data. This is the vaccination plan we have created for one of the employee. Other details, see, we don't add now itself. We have to add few days before the employee goes for the second dose. Because we don't know whether the same brand medicine will get or some other brand. We don't know. So we'll see when the employee is supposed to go for the second dose. We'll create this data few days before that. Okay, this is your vaccination plan. Now what I wanted to show you is we have created one vaccination plan where this information will get updated.
Calendar maybe.
Not in calendar. In calendar, if you want to see it, you have to go and create in the medical practice calendar. Here automatically it will not go. But I told you about medical service. Remember, we have seen it's like a database containing information about the employee. All the medical related information you will get in the medical service, right? It's a database. So let's go back to that, and there I will show you. Now I created the vaccine for this employee. Will it be updated there or not? We can check that. So what is the transaction code, guys, to go to medical service?
EHSM, EHSA, MBT.
MBTAET. EHSAMBTAET.
MBT.
So that will take you to medical service. Now what I want to show you is for the employee that we have created the vaccination plan. This one. Okay, whether it gets updated automatically here or not, that I want to show you. So let me enter the person ID of that employee, press enter, and see here, immediately it is showing me the data. It is created today, today's date. It is a hepatitis vaccination. It also has a medical service number 245. So if I go to vaccination here, vaccination tab, then see, same data it will show you. Whatever I created there in the vaccination plan, same data it will show here. So any data you are creating by using the applications like vaccination plan or brief consultation or anything at all, that will come here. It will get updated in the medical service automatically. You are getting my point. Just make that connection. I created a vaccination plan for this employee by using EHSVA02, right? I think, yeah. EHSVA02.